Bucs fans, it's finally happening. The fire is lit. The pads are on. And a monster in red and pewter just stepped onto the field for the first time, looking like he's ready to destroy everything in his path. This isn't just minicamp. This is the beginning of a new era for Tampa Bay. And today, we saw a glimpse of what a 2025 Super Bowl run could actually look like. Buckle up. This is not a drill. Tampa Bay is buzzing, and it's not just from the Florida heat. The moment Bucs fans have been waiting for all offseason just arrived, and the energy inside Raymond James Stadium is off the charts. It feels like something big is happening, like a new chapter is starting, like the road to the Super Bowl is officially underway. We just witnessed 3 major developments during mandatory minicamp, and each one is shaking the foundation of this team in a different way. First up, the chills. We finally got our first look at our newest defensive star, and let me tell you, he looks absolutely terrifying in red and pewter. It's not just about the jersey, it's the attitude, the body language, the hunger in his eyes. When he stepped on the field, it felt like the entire defense leveled up. Opposing quarterbacks? They should be losing sleep already. But it's not all smooth sailing. There are injury concerns quietly spreading through the locker room, and those issues are testing our roster depth in ways we didn't expect. Some of our key guys are banged up, and while it's early, every absence matters when you're trying to build something special. And then, there's the heart of it all. Our quarterback, the leader, the face of the franchise. What we saw from him today wasn't just skill, it was passion, it was leadership. It was that fire you need if you want to make a serious run at a championship. He's not just throwing passes, he's setting the tone for the entire squad. This isn't just another minicamp. This is the first spark of what could become one of the most unforgettable seasons in Bucs history. Every snap, every huddle, every moment counts. And if today is any sign, Tampa Bay is ready to go to war. And let's talk about the biggest visual moment of the day, the one that went viral in seconds. We finally saw Reddick, our new pass-rushing machine, in full Buccaneers gear. Red jersey, pewter pants, helmet gleaming in the sun. And just standing there, he looked like a nightmare for every offensive lineman in the league. Reddick isn't just another player, he's a statement, a message, a warning shot to the rest of the NFC. He racked up 50.5 sacks from 2020 to 2023, becoming one of the most feared defensive players in the entire NFL. And now, after a tough 2024 with the Jets, where injuries and contract drama held him back, he's hungry again. Focused, dangerous. He didn't just walk onto the field today, he arrived. Bucs Nation, we've seen the first glimpse of our 2025 squad, and the energy is real. But now it's your turn. How confident are you feeling about this team right now? On a scale from 1 to 10, drop your number in the comments. Who are you most excited to see this year? And do you believe this team is built for a deep playoff run? Get loud in the comments and keep that fire burning, because something special is happening in Tampa Bay. And we're just getting started, on fire. Championship teams aren't just built on talent, they're built on redemption. And right now, Tampa Bay may have found the ultimate comeback story in Reddick. This moment? It's been months in the making. Reddick skipped the voluntary OTAs, not because he wasn't committed, but because he was locked in. Training hard, staying sharp, getting his mind and body ready for the moment he knew was coming. He didn't just show up to mandatory minicamp, he arrived with purpose. And now, he's on the field. He's back in pads, and he looks like a man on a mission. Let's be honest, a lot of teams got scared off. They saw his contract drama with the Jets. They saw the dip in production, and they hesitated. But not Jason Licht. No, the Bucs GM saw something else. He saw an opportunity. He saw a hungry pass rusher still in his prime. And he took the shot. 1 year, $14 million. $12 million guaranteed. A short-term prove-it deal that could end up being the steal of the offseason. If Reddick plays like we know he can, we just grabbed a Pro Bowl-level pass rusher for a bargain. It's a win-win for both sides. He gets to rebuild his value. We get a difference maker on defense. But what's really exciting? This isn't just about sacks or stats. Reddick is already buying in. He showed up for Team Media Day. He's wearing that red and pewter with pride. He's not acting like some outsider collecting a check. He's embracing the brotherhood. He's becoming part of the Bucs family. And now, with Todd Bowles and Larry Foote designing blitz packages around him, get ready. This is going to be a defensive explosion. They're going to unleash Reddick in ways that'll make offensive coordinators sweat on Sunday mornings. This guy is fired up, angry about last season, hungry to prove himself, and ready to remind everyone who he is. The image of Reddick locked in, focused, and in full Tampa Bay gear? That's the vision of a championship run. That's what elite talent looks like when it finally finds the right home. But just as we were riding high, reality hit. Mandatory minicamp also brought some tough news. And now, Bucs Nation is holding its breath. Rookie pass rusher David Walker, our fourth-round pick and one of the most exciting young players on this roster, was spotted on the sidelines, not in pads. No full drills, no reps. And that's concerning. Why? Because this kid was supposed to be a secret weapon. Let's break it down. David Walker was an absolute beast at Central Arkansas. In college, he posted 39 sacks and 82.5 tackles for loss. That's not just good, that's video game numbers. The kind of production that makes scouts take notice and gets defensive coaches dreaming big. The Bucs were excited. They thought he could contribute right away. And now, just as the pads go on, he's sidelined. It's unclear how serious it is, but the timing couldn't be worse, and it didn't stop there. Star tackle Tristan Wirfs was at practice, but not participating. He had a brace on his right knee, sparking immediate concern. But there is a small silver lining. He was seen running at full speed on a side field, which suggests this may just be the team being extra cautious rather than dealing with a serious injury. Still, in this league, everybody matters. Every injury, big or small, can shake the foundation of a playoff-caliber team. And that's why depth matters. That's why next man up mentality is so important. This is where championship DNA is tested. Not when things are easy, but when setbacks hit early. Now it's your turn, Bucs fans. How confident are you in Reddick's comeback? And how worried are you about the injuries we're seeing already? Drop your thoughts in the comments. On a scale of 1 to 10, tell us how confident you are in our defense this year, and what you think the team should do if these injuries linger. Every opinion counts. Every voice matters. Let's talk football, because the road to greatness just got real. Pirate flag on fire. Now look, when you're talking about one of the best offensive tackles in the entire NFL, even a small concern becomes a huge headline. So when Tristan Wirfs showed up at practice with a knee brace and didn't participate, everyone in Bucs Nation held their breath. Yes, we saw him running full speed off to the side. Yes, it looks like a precaution. But let's be real. We all know how important Wirfs is to this team. If he's not 100%, our offense isn't at 100%. So any little sign of injury has us watching closely. Still, the fact that he's moving well is a huge sigh of relief. Then came a moment that made hearts skip a beat across Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, not seen at practice. Fans immediately started panicking, but thankfully, Godwin showed up later, in street clothes, not limping, and looking comfortable. That's a big deal. It means this is likely just a planned rest day, or part of his recovery plan from that brutal ankle injury. Godwin's one of the smartest, most professional players on the roster. If he's taking it slow, that's okay. We need him 100% for Week 1, not now. He's doing it the right way. with patience, caution, and experience. But the list of absences didn't stop there. Trey Palmer wasn't practicing. Michael Pratt was also missing, but it's unclear why. Levante David, the heartbeat of our defense, was late to arrive and didn't practice once he did. Now, before the panic sets in, don't worry about Levante. If anyone on this team has earned a pass for missing a minicamp practice, it's him. He's a living legend in Tampa. This guy knows the playbook inside and out. He doesn't need reps to prove his worth. He's a warrior, and when the season starts, he'll be ready. And in some positive news, Elijah Klein was back in action, which is huge for our offensive line depth. But Silas Zanzi was out. Yet another name added to an injury report that's growing a little more than we'd like. But here's the truth. Bucs Nation. Championship teams are built for chaos. Injuries happen. Players miss time. But elite organizations, the ones built for deep playoff runs, know how to survive these storms. Todd Bowles has seen it all. He's proven he can adapt. He can take backup players and turn them into contributors. He can tweak his game plan to fit what he has, not what he wishes he had. And Jason Licht? He didn't just build a starting lineup, he built a full roster. There's depth at every position. There are young players hungry to shine. There's a culture of toughness and next man up mentality. And this coaching staff knows how to bring out the best in every single player. While other teams panic when the injury bug hits, Tampa Bay reloads. That's what separates the good teams from the great ones. Then came the moment that sealed the energy of the day. Baker Mayfield, our leader, our fire starter, our quarterback, dropped a message so powerful, it reminded all of us why we believe. What's up, crew? Baker here, just checking in with you guys. We've got mini camp starting this week. We're here at Media Day, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Hope you guys are excited. Year number 50. Let's go Bucs. That wasn't just some PR message. That was passion. That was a quarterback embracing this team's history, carrying the weight of the franchise, and reminding every single fan that this season matters. Baker isn't just out here throwing passes, he's leading with his voice, his fire, and his heart. Year 50. One team, one mission, one city ready to rise again. So Bucs Nation, tell us in the comments, what's your level of confidence in our depth after all these injuries? And what did you think of Baker's message? Does it fire you up as much as it fired up the locker room? Rate your confidence in the Bucs 2025 season on a scale of 1 to 10, and tell us who your favorite underdog on the roster is. Let's get the conversation going, because this season is already filled with heart, heat, and hope. Pirate flag on fire. Let's talk about the man who just might be the most underrated superstar in the NFL right now. And his name is Baker Mayfield. Last season, absolute fire. 407 completions, 4,500 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. And oh yeah, 378 rushing yards with 3 more touchdowns on the ground. That's not just good, that's elite. That's the kind of production that gets quarterbacks $55 million a year in today's market. But Tampa Bay, we've got Baker locked in for just $100 million over 3 years. Let that sink in. That's called a franchise-changing steal. He earned his second straight Pro Bowl with that performance. But this is bigger than accolades. Baker's not just padding stats. He's playing to win, and he's doing it with heart, toughness, and leadership that you can't teach. And here's what really makes Baker different. He's not just focused on himself. He's not chasing MVP votes or viral highlights. He's connecting with the fans. He's buying into the culture. He's stepping up as the emotional engine of this team. Hope you guys are excited. Those 6 words, they say everything. That's a quarterback who cares, who wants the fan base right there with him, who knows that winning isn't just about talent, it's about belief, unity, and energy. And right now, Baker's pouring all of that into the Bucs. The timing of his message couldn't be more perfect. We're in the middle of injury worries. We're welcoming new pieces like Reddick. We're transitioning to our fourth offensive coordinator in 4 years. That's a ton of change. But through all the uncertainty, Baker Mayfield is standing tall, leading the charge, keeping this locker room focused. And here's where it gets scary. For other teams, Baker can adapt to any offense. It doesn't matter who the coordinator is. Whether it was Liam Cohen before or Josh Grizzard now, Baker's going to figure it out. He's got a high football IQ, a rocket arm, and the mental toughness that defines championship quarterbacks. And now, he's got a dream arsenal of weapons around him. Take a look at this lineup. Mike Evans, Mr. Consistency, future Hall of Famer. Chris Godwin, tough, reliable, and explosive Emeka Egbuka and Jalen McMillan. 2 young stars ready to take over. Bucky Irving and Rashad White. Dual threat backs with speed and hands. Cade Otton, a tight end who's coming into his own. It's not just a good offense, it's a nightmare for defenses. And behind them, one of the best offensive lines in football. All 5 starters are back. That means chemistry. That means protection. That means Baker's going to have time in the pocket to pick teams apart like a surgeon. This is what a championship blueprint looks like. An elite quarterback playing with a chip on his shoulder. A loaded offense filled with speed, size, and skill. A steady leader who connects with fans, teammates, and coaches. A contract that lets us build talent around him. Baker Mayfield isn't just the face of the franchise. He's the heart of it, so if you're still sleeping on him, wake up, because this man is about to lead Tampa Bay on a run that could shock the entire league. Let's hear it, Bucs Nation. Is Baker Mayfield the most underrated quarterback in the NFL right now? And who are you most excited to watch in this loaded offense? Drop your answers in the comments below and rate your belief in Baker from 1 to 10. And if you're ready for year 50 to become the year we shock the world, smash that like button and tell the league, we believe in Baker.